this poetry. Okay, he's saying that Robert Frost, who is poet, Robert Frost is only poet of this poem, and he's saying that two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it went in the undergrowth. Okay, so Robert Frost is saying only that in the journey of my life, in the journey of my life, here you have not to just see the roads, while the road of life. Okay, while the road of life, he is saying that whenever I was passing through a road, I was moving on a road.
Sir, which
Okay,
lesson?
Patil Harris, it is first poetry, poetry number one, the road not taken. Still you not got that what I am teaching.
सर मैं अभी अभी ज्वाइंट हुआ.
Okay dear, okay, okay, no issue. Okay, so just their description about that completely how much he confused. He is confused that what road he should take, what road he should follow, on which road he should move. Okay, he's saying that I'm sorry I could not travel both. I was really confused about it, that what road should I opt, but I have problem that I could not move on the both roads at a time. Okay, I was alone, and as you also would think about it, that there are two roads, and you have to move. Then how would you be able to move on that road? You can move on a single road at a time, right or not? And the one traveler long I stood. He's saying, as I was just only one traveler on that road, so I was just stood and I was just observing. What was he observing? What was he thinking? Just about it, that on which road should I go and on which option should I move, because what option is going to be bad for me and what option is going to be good for me. In this poetry, there is a very deep relations between an option of our life. Sometimes, whenever we are taking any decision of our life, very rapidly, very quickly, but it could be dangerous to us, it could be badly affecting to us. Okay, so that is why poet just want to assert, poet just want to tell you that I was so much confused about to take this decision, that what road should I choose, means what option should I opt. Okay, yes, and took down one as Farab. He is saying that as far as I could, I was just observing that road. I was just observing that road, that completely how much good it is, how much fair that option is. Getting or not? Understood? How much fair this option would be for me, for my life, okay, for my journey. And that is why he was just observing that road, being stood there, okay, being stood there, to where it went in the undergrowth. He's saying, till where it is being possible for me. I was just seeing it, I was just observing it, and I was just making me sure that how fair or how good this road could be or would be for me on this life journey. Okay, for this life journey. Understood? Getting everyone or not? समझ आ रहा है बेटा? Everyone's getting? Okay. Let's go on the second stanza of this poet. Then took the author just as fair, and having perhaps the better clams, because it was grassy and wanted dear, though as for that the passing deer had warned them really about the same. He's saying after thinking a lot, after observing a lot, okay, after thinking a lot, observing a lot, I decided to opt a single road from that, and that resembles that it was unused because it was grassy. And as you know, my dear, that if you move on a grassy road, then the grass would get faint, right or not? That grass would destroy it, get destroyed, right or not? So he's saying that was just grassy road, and I found that it would be one road on which no one would have moved. Okay, no one would have moved. Okay, yes. So because it was grassy and wanted beer means if one will go on it, then it would wear. Wear means होता है withered, मुरझा जाना, ठीक है, खराब हो जाना. Withered, WEATHER, wither. Okay, that is something wear and wither. Okay. So as for that, passing there had warned them really about the sins. But when he started to move on that road, sometimes when he was just observing and just seeing that road, he was just getting that this road was not used by anyone. But when he moved on it, but when he started to move on it, and after moving few distance, he found that many persons had followed it before that, before right, before poet had followed it. Means, my dear students, sometimes whenever we are confused to taking any decisions, any life decisions, and we think that we are only one person that is going to choose this way, that is going to choose this option, but after following few days, after following few months and few years, we knew we know that what is really the condition of the road, what is really condition of the way, that really many of us had followed it earlier before me, right or not? Hmm? Before me, many also had followed this road and this option. Okay, and bought that morning equally late. In leaves, no steps had turned black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. And on the next morning, he is saying that completely when I opted the next road, and I found that not a single person had trodden on it. Trodden means to move or to crust. Okay? In leaves, one no steps had trodden black. They were leaves, but no steps had trodden. Means sometimes here from morning means here morning resembles means something new start, something you want to begin on new level. Okay, from new days. Okay, so morning is not just only morning. While morning means, my dear, morning is compared as a new day, as a new day or a new journey or life. Okay, so he's saying on the next day when I started to follow, but I opted the another road. Okay, oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. When he was moving on that road, he was just thinking. He was still confused. He was still confused. He was still thinking about this. That completely on the road that I am following, if it won't be good, if it won't be fair, if it won't be favorable to me, then is it possible that I would be able or I could be able to return or come back? So he was really confused about it, that which road he is following through or which road he is following. Is it easy for him? That if he is finding it not suitable, not favorable in his life journey, then if it would be possible for him to come back or to, means that is something related to our life. If you are going to make any decisions, you should have to be very careful about it, because to recover from that situations, if you are going to just make an option and hurriedly, very quickly you are choosing that option, but before that you should think that how affecting and effective it could be for you, or it would be for you. Okay, so that is only what is setting here, that I was so much confused that a new road that I am following on the new day, would it be possible for me to come back or to completely? Sometimes whenever you are making any mistakes, choosing choosing a wrong way, choosing a wrong option, then it is very similar to you. To coming back home means to improving your mistakes, to relatable to you, that completely would you be able to overcome or improve that mistakes. Okay, that is only. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere as a sense. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that had made all the difference. He is saying that completely. On this life journey, I will gather many experiences. On this life journey, on this road, by moving on it continuously, I would must gather many experiences. And I, being a forefather, being an experienced person, I would be telling to our upcoming generations about my experience, that how I had experienced on this road that was not followed by anyone, but I had opted and I had moved on. I had dared to take that risk. I had known, I had well known about it that many of us had not followed this, but then also taking a risk or being courageous, I just opted. I didn't follow to anyone. That was my personal decision and I opted. And that is why I got a very differ a very different option, and for completely it was very different option for me, and that is why I got many new experience that one had never completely gathered. Okay, two roads diverged about. He is saying that some as and means as related to for many years, for upcoming many years. Okay, I would be telling with the sa means with the sometimes sa means that is आ भरना होता है, but here it is not like that. Okay, here it is completely that after moving on, after completing my journey, that is relatable to this. Somewhere edges and edges, hence two roads diverged in a wood. Two roads that were diverged in a wood. Wood means sometimes in difficulties. Wood is related to you that in difficulties in the journey of your life, when it is very clear to you that you are well known about it, that on this journey you can follow, you can move very fairly, very smoothly, then it is not being hard to you. But sometimes there would means dense forest, very difficulties are completely surrounding you. Okay, you are surrounded with many kind of obstacles, difficulties, then it won't be very easy for you to make an option or to choose a single way from two options, from two ways. Okay, I took the ones less traveled by, and he is saying that I will tell to them that I was known about it, that the second road was followed by many other one, but I had only opted one that was not followed by many one. I took risk, I showed my courage, and that is because, and that has made all the difference. And that is because all kind of different experiences I gathered from this. Okay. So what did we learn? We learned from this chapter to keep the video streaming on. Please, my dear students, switch on your camera, as I completely say to each one to keep your camera switched on, but then also you are not following me. Please, my dear, just I want to know that completely how many of you are studying unknown. Okay, Shivangi Misra, Patil Harish, Prince Kesari. Is it good for you? Sometimes whenever we are saying to you that please switch on your camera, Mukesh Chaudhary, Bhumi Tiwari, Ashish Parikh, Upadhyay Purnima, please, I want to take each one name separately. Please switch on a camera if possible. Deepak Tiwari, please switch on a camera. Not possible, even you have to switch on a camera. Yes. Okay. Lavanya Nishan, please switch on a camera. Ritik, Lohar Lucky, Kadam Bhakti, and it should be only switched on. Okay. Otherwise, after this lecture, I am going to call to your parents that your child is not following my instructions. Okay. Diksha Misra, please switch on the camera. Each cameras now should be switched on only. Okay. Bhumi Tiwari, are you not able to me what I am saying? And switching on camera means not that I want to see your fans. Okay, that what color of fan is it? Bhumi Tiwari, please switch on your camera. Patil Harish, Shivangi Misra, are you not getting my voice? What kind of trouble are you facing? Nikul, please switch on your camera. Harsh Mishra, sorry. Okay. So, what did we learn, my dear? In first stanza only we learned that completely before starting his journey, before starting his travel, his journey of life, how much poet was confused, right or not? When he found two ways, when he found two roads, then he was really so much confused, means you can say he was perplexed that what kind of road he should choose or he should opt, right? But after sensing many things, after sensing and from his further experiences, or you can say that getting each and everything about it, when he found, yes, after getting each and everything, when he found that what kind of road he should choose or he should opt, that is going to be suitable, that is going to be favorable for him, and that is why not being followed by anyone. Okay, by not following blindly anyone, he made his decision. Okay, Ritik Dubey, please switch on your camera. I am continually watching each one. Okay, Darji, who is the edited this name Darji Book? New students is there, as I completely can assume. Please switch on the camera. Yes. And students who are completely leaving the meeting whenever I am saying to switch on their cameras, I will not allow you to join the next lecture. Okay? Otherwise, whatever I am saying, you have just to follow, not to leave the meeting. Okay, so he was, when he sensed that what road or what option is going to be favorable for his life journey, he opted that he was not believing that if many one are following, if many others are following this road, then I should also only follow that road blindly. No, he just sensed that what is going to be suitable for him. If one had not moved on it, then maybe that is their another view, that their view could be or would be differ from his view, and that is why he made an very completely an experience that one not had experienced. Okay, so my dear students, from this poetry you should learn that you should not follow anyone blindly. While in our life journey, in our life journey, our ways, our difficulties, and our aspects of life can be differ from anyone's. Okay, so we should not compare our life from others. We should not follow others' life. We should not blindly followed by anyone. Okay, because sometimes whenever you are going to follow anyone, thinking about it that your and his life or their life is very similar, then you will get afterward then it was your wrong decision. Okay, so there is very good lesson, very good moral for you. Bhumi Tiwari, please switch on the camera. There is very good lesson for you, very good moral for you, that before starting your journey you could be confused, you would be confused before taking a decision, you would be confused, but you should have to keep faith on you. Okay, and you have to follow the way that is being suitable to you, not in the view of how many others had worked on it, how many others had moved on it, while on the view that is it really good to you, or is it really be suitable to you to return from that way. Okay, that is all about the explanation of the chapter, sorry, of the poetry. My dear students, I will share PDF related to question answer and also an explanation of this poetry. Okay, you have to write question and answers in your notebooks. Okay, and you have to share that with me. Thank you. Now you can leave the meeting in front of me only. Please start it. Please start to leave the meeting.
और 10 मिनट्स लेफ्ट है सर मीटिंग खत्म होने में.
No, sometimes I found that many other students are talking and chatting with each other. That is why I am saying to you. Please leave the meeting. Okay, many text I got from many other students that many students are chatting. That is why I am saying to you. All of you, please leave the meeting as soon as possible.
हिरेन ओ हिरेन
हाँ
बोल के ना बे. हाँ
बोलेगा क्या आप बोलता है मुझे
हाँ
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा क्या.
नहीं बे, थोड़ा बहुत नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. कहाँ पे बैठा है बे?
हिरेन को देखो, हिरन अभी स्टाइल मार रहा है.
हाँ देखा मैंने.
मुकेश,
हाँ
ग्रामर में क्या क्या करना है यार.
हाँ
ग्रामर में क्या करना है.
ग्रामर में
हाँ
ग्रामर में तो मेरे को भी कुछ पता नहीं है क्या करना है.
मैं कल तेरे को बहुत बार फोन लगाया, कोई दूसरा ही उठा रहा था.
अरे वहाँ वो मेरा भाई के पास है, मेरा मोबाइल मेरा भाई मीटिंग में लेके गया ना बाहर, तो कल या परसों आएगा तब ले.
बहुत बार फोन लगाया,
अब
मुकेश नहीं है, मुकेश नहीं है.
हाँ तो वो मेरा भाई मीटिंग में गया हुआ है ना, तो मैंने ऐसे ही बोला था कि जो किसी का फोन आए तो बोल देना कि मुकेश इधर नहीं है, बाहर गया हुआ है।
हाँ हाँ।
अच्छा तो मतलब हाँ वो दूसरा नंबर है ना, वो मेरे भाई का दुकान का मोबाइल है ना, वो लिया हुआ है। और बोल। अरे बाकी लोग भी तो बोलो। किरण।
चल बाय।
हाँ अभी निकल जाओ ना, सर और मार देंगे कुछ।